First question: how's the week been? You've had a whole week since the last game. Obviously at home, that win against Bristol City, off the back of 3 in a row. So have you been able to get out on the grass and actually train, or has it been a lot of recovery?
A mixture of both. Important to recover after the 3-game week. Important to work a bit, but also understanding a lot of games are coming, and a lot of the lads' physical work now is coming in game, particularly the ones that are starting a lot. So yeah, trying to strike that balance.
Busy period coming up, obviously over Christmas. Are you looking at a decent sized squad to be picking from over the next couple of weeks?
Squad's the squad, right? We'll pick from the squad as it is, and we're not a big squad. I've said that a lot. So we'll have to use the squad as well as we can.
Yeah, we're trying to find a different way of asking you about injuries. I suppose every week I play this game with you, Frank, and I try and work out whether I can ask a question in a different. I know, and you finish it. I enjoy it. To be honest, it's like a little game of tennis. You say that there's possibly been a few issues. Is that this time of year an illness that's going through?
We'll see tomorrow. I'm not expecting to read quotes of Southampton about their exact squad tomorrow, so I'm not going to do the same for them.
Okay. I do enjoy it every week, by the way.
Brilliant.
It's just one of those. In terms of Rushworth, there's been a lot of chat about him. Obviously, that incredible save at the end of the Bristol City match, and a lot of conversation about his future, etc. Would he be somebody that you would be keen to bring on in a more permanent role?
That's too far away to talk about that because he's not our player as such. But him coming in has been a massive plus for us. Delighted that he makes the save against Bristol, as delighted as I am, because the last 2 previous games I was speaking about the opposition goalkeeper being great and those things, and then when Rushy had to be great in that moment, he was great. And a lot of the saves he made, and I'm not putting him down here, in the Bristol game were saves I expect him to make, and that's to say how good a goalkeeper he is. But the one late in the game was a high level save. So delighted with him all this season, and clearly he's been a great acquisition for us. And if we want to have success, we need a good goalkeeper. We need good goalkeepers working every day. Where we've got with the team that we've got, with Ben Wilson behind, Ollie Dovin coming back from his injury, and that's important. But Rushy on his own has been standout, obviously.
Is there a release clause? Could he end up going back to Brighton in January? No. And in terms of Dovin, how is that recovery process going for him?
Yeah, good. It's long. I feel for him because any player in that position, it's especially for young players who've not experienced it before, it's tough. Throughout the whole process of not just the work, but the mental side of being out of playing is very tough. So he's working away, and we hope to see him as soon as possible.
Is there any indication on that? Because I know it's obviously it's a serious injury, so it's a long time out.
Yeah.
But I think it was around about this time of year. I was looking at possibly thinking it might be back on grass.
But with these injuries, they are complicated, so we'll have to make sure. I wouldn't want to preempt exactly what day it is. We were hoping it would be back in January with us to train, and we'll see.
Okay. George Shepherd's Cough Kid, he's obviously signed. I understand you sort of surprised his family and stuff when he was doing the thing, knock on the door, and in you walk, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's Frank Lampard. It is one of those stories. Obviously, Coventry City. When you think about Gary McSheffrey and James Maddison, there are some names that come through, and Wilson, of course, and it is a story that the fan base you love to see one of our own doing really well. How have you been working with him and nurturing him?
Well, he did bring his extended family. That was great because there were lots of them in the room, and it was great because you feel the sense of a family that are very proud that their boy, if it's their parents, for instance, signing a contract for this and getting closer to the first team meant such a great deal for them. So that's a nice story. I've just been working with him. He's come and trained very well himself, and training and being exposed to first team training will be a great thing for him because the level goes up, and he adapted very quickly to that in his first step. So great story. You're right, fans love those stories, and again now he's in the second phase because players come up, and now it's making sure that when he trains with us he's great. If he gets an opportunity, he's great, and if he's playing for the 21s, he's even more great when he goes back to do those things. So it's a really nice story, and he's very good to work with. Yeah, he's a great kid, and we hope he keeps progressing.
Southampton away, 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. What kind of challenge test are they going to pose for you?
A really tough test because they're a very good team, very good individuals in a good run of form, albeit they lost their last game. They go into it in a good run of form. Specific way of playing, as a lot of top teams do have, and they're in a good moment. So it's going to be a very tough challenge.
99 points from 50 championship matches, isn't it? It's just incredible. It's mind blowing. This time, sort of last year, it was a South Coast fixture. It was Pompey. I don't want to bring it up because I appreciate it was a 4-1 defeat. But what I'd like to know is how you've reflected on these sort of last 12 months. Christmas is that kind of time of year where everybody does the whole looking back and reflecting thing. So how do you reflect on that?
Well, with some pride on getting 99 points, albeit when you say that, I wish we had 100. It's a much nicer number than 50 to 100 would have been good. But when you think of those early days, and it's not easy to come in a position we're in to gain points quickly and accumulate. Teams that are down the bottom of the table don't accumulate to the level that we're talking now. So I just reflect on the amount of hard work. Games like Portsmouth, which were sort of eye-opening for us as staff and even for the players for feeling. Some training sessions in the early days where I felt that there was improvement to be made in how we approach training and then the focus of training. I specifically remember certain days where it had to be stopped and said, this is not the way, because how you train is how you're going to play. And then from then on, I start to just feel credit for the players, because when you're strong like that and understand the standards of training, people talk about standards in the building and all those things. They're obviously important, but the most important thing is how you train, how you prepare, and how you then deliver. And we've worked very hard, and the players have started to deliver very, very regularly. And that's something when you work and you always focus on the next game, you don't have a chance to reflect. But when you say things like that, I understand the big strides that we've made to be a club that's not a parachute team in this league. People probably expect Leeds and Burnley last year to reach 100 points in a season or thereabouts. With us, they don't. And what we've done is taken it to that level. And now we just have to try and continue. And there'll be more challenges. So it won't get any easier. We have to keep doing what we've been doing.
Is there something that you've learned about the way you approach your job in the last year? Is there a kind of a piece of learning that you've grown as a manager and the way that you go about things?
I think you always learn in this job in loads of different ways, because you always get thrown different challenges, and there's always to strive to improve, because when you get to certain people expect, and you go, well, I need to get even better, because otherwise they'll expect something that you might fall short of. So you're forever trying to improve. Have I learnt much? With reflection, little bits every day, but also maybe we're not bad at what we do as staff. Sometimes you can say that. I think we're not bad at what we do, and I've been in different jobs. Sometimes that doesn't absolutely show itself in results, and other times maybe it doesn't. In this period, it has. So I think it's good to take confidence from that, not just myself, but staff and players alike, because they're now reaching standards that they maybe didn't think that they had. But again, football's taught me a lot over the years to never. Even I've just expressed that, to never rely on it, because if you don't win the next ones, you won't be very good at what you do. So it's important that we, not just I try and improve every day, but everyone attached here in the club understands now that we're a club that's expected to win every week or most weeks. That's a different pressure. I've been used to that pressure before in my career, luckily, because I played in big squads and teams, but I understand it's a different mentality to the one of being near the league. And we lost a game at Portsmouth, no problem, we'll try and put it right next week. That's not now the case. It's like, can we win to stay where we are? And that's a different pressure. And you won't always. So it's how you bounce back from an Ipswich or games that will come that are difficult. So that's where we're at. We'll keep going.
Just a couple more questions, if that's all right. First question, what does Christmas look like in the Lampard household? Do you have a particular job that you will be expected to do? Are you on potatoes, for example, peeling them and prep, or do you just sit back?
Fortunately, my wife does the food prep, so she'll be on all those things. So I get given probably... are there worse jobs than peeling potatoes? I get different jobs, regular jobs. Some that I do through the year in terms of like getting rubbish out of the house, etc. And obviously on Christmas Day that becomes a thing. So it will be a very family Christmas for us as usual, based around work, because that's what we do, and that takes a lot of your time as well. But I'll make sure I'm very present on both fronts, I hope, and do my job. I love Christmas. I've always been like that. I still had that magic of Christmas as a young boy that I feel, and now I've got elder girls and younger boy and girl, and so we're in that very special magical stage with the young ones particularly, which is great. So I'll be around, and I'll be a helping hand where needs be.
Can I take you back to August, and the purchase of the CBS Arena? Just in context, I'm making a documentary about that to go out over Christmas, and I've done an interview with Doug King. But I just wondered if I could just get your sort of reflections on that day, because I know he called you, but it's just like, did you give me your sort of memories, if you can, of that particular day when the announcement was made, and obviously then you go on and have a fantastic win against QPR. So can you just sort of talk me through how that day went for you?
Well, there have been some rumblings about negotiations happening, so I was aware of that, but I wasn't aware that anything was absolutely imminent. And Doug called me the evening before QPR, as I remember it. It was a very short phone call, just told me what had happened, and I guess it was straight away. I was very pleased, obviously, because I understood straight away how that would connect the club. I haven't been here through the tough years that this club's had, but it makes it even more special when you think about the tough moments that the fans specifically have had to go through, because it's their club. So I was very pleased, very sort of thankful for Doug. He's a man who's gone and done something that's very, very important for how this club operates and the feeling of the place. And I understood that quickly in the call, and then I probably understood it even more the next day when, going into the game, the buzz around the stadium, the feeling of the fans, then you hear bits and you understand it, and then we put in that performance, which I think was very apt considering the moment that we were in. And since then, it's obviously been a great thing because it gives a real stability and great feeling for the club. So it's been a big deal for us.
Everyone, nice to see you. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Appreciate it.
How has your week been?
Yeah, it's been eventful, in a positive way. Yeah, I know there's a bit of flu going around, but other than that, everybody's good. The week's been good. Sessions have been tough, but in a good way. So everything is positive right now.
Yeah, excellent. And it's obviously a goal for you against Bristol City as well. The atmosphere in the stadium was just incredible, and the response to you from the fans is always amazing.
Yeah, 100%. You feel it whether at the CBS or away. Like the fans are technically like the 12th man on the pitch. So yeah, having those fans celebrate a goal like that is just amazing for not just me personally, but for the team as well.
And for the whole team. What does it feel like when you hear your song going around that stadium like that? It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. But
what does it feel like for you?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I can't complain. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just an experience that I'd love for every player to experience that. So I just love hearing the song. So yeah, it's a good thing.
And it's sort of it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds as well. It's like once you start hearing it, it's going to make its way all the way around.
Yeah, I think the main objective for me is to give them a reason to start singing it. So I just got to just stay positive and give them, like you said, give them something to sing about.
And you've had a fantastic season so far. I want to talk about what happened at Stoke-on-Avon, but before I do that, I don't know whether you're aware of this, but you've created the most chances in open play in the Championship this season, 32, in the whole of the Championship, and Matt Grimes has created most chances from set plays. So between you, the work that you're all doing here, clearly, it is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think it's just down to how the gaffer sets us up. We're a very forward-thinking team, and to be able to, obviously, I want to create more chances for my teammates, of course. So, just making sure I'm listening to analysis and just being there to just do the best for the team.
And what has the sort of process been like for you working with Frank Lampard?
I think it's been amazing, especially obviously how you know who he is. So him working with the midfielders, like you say, Matt Grimes, Torpy, Rudy, and those players kind of helping me as well. So we're kind of just work off each other, and I think it's just been perfect. The gaffer, Joe Edwards, just everybody around, like the coaching staff, it's been perfect for the team.
Southampton coming up away tomorrow. They obviously had a result which nobody was perhaps expecting against Norwich, but they're going to be a massive challenge. St Mary's is somewhere I believe we've not ever won as a football team, but those kind of things seem to be, apart from Preston, turned over quite nicely by you guys.
Yeah, obviously everybody knows Southampton are a top team with a lot of good players, but 100% we back ourselves as a team, and yeah, we're just excited to approach every game like it's just a normal game, really.
Yeah. Do you have any targets that you set yourself for the season?
Yeah, personally, yeah, I do. Obviously speak to my mum about it a lot, but as a collective, we all have the same goal, and not saying it, but we're just every time we're out there, we're kind of proving what our main objective is for the season.
Yeah, which is going okay at the moment.
Yeah.
Top of the table at Christmas sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we just got to just maintain it and take every game as it comes.
In the new year, Stoke away in the FA Cup is coming up. There'll be an opportunity for you to score a goal and maybe remember it.
Yeah, hopefully. But Stoke are a good side with a good manager. So yeah, hopefully we get a result. And yeah, as I was saying, we're not really focused on the Stoke game as much as we are the Southampton. So it'll be good to obviously go back there and try and remember a scoreline. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's just a positive build up to an FA Cup game.
Yeah, have you seen all the T-shirts and all the memorabilia? Has anybody got you one?
No, not yet. No one's put it in the change room yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if I got that for Secret Santa.
Yeah, well, you should do. It's an epic image. It's going to be one of those images that goes down actually as part of the season. I think like it's just one of those. It would be iconic.
Yeah, very humbling, but yeah, iconic, like you say. Yeah, really good.
Christmas obviously coming up is a really busy period in terms of work for you guys. What kind of things will you be able to do in terms of celebrating with family, etc.?
Well, God willing, I have my missus and kids at home, so it'll be Christmas is just always going to be normal. I don't live too far as well, so yeah, main focus is obviously training and preparation for all the games that we've got ahead. Also recovery as well, because of how many games we have in such close proximity. But yeah, hopefully just spending it with my family.
Are the kids young?
Yeah, very young.
So they proper into Father Christmas and
yeah, they're locked in right now.
That's so magical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I love that. They're completely locked in.
yeah.
And what would be top of your Christmas list?
3 points. We have 3 points at the top of my Christmas list at the moment.
Which is an excellent chance.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the one that's top of all the Sky Blues fans lists as well. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Appreciate that. Merry Christmas.